Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to class. We are going to start seated. You'll need your blocks and, maybe a strap. The class is going to be kind of overall, kind of a little stretch, a little bit of strength, but more specifically, a little bit of hamstring work. One of those important areas as we contract the hamstrings, we stretch the quads. And in most of our daily life, the quads get really tight. And in yoga, our hamstrings get nice and stretchy. And we create all these imbalances. So we are going to play with the hammies a little bit. For my lovelies out there with knee issues or the inability to bend the knee deeply, you know who you are, my dear, dear, lovely friend there. Do what you can do. Don't worry about the props. Just bend the knee to where you can bend it. Okay? All right. So with that, let's sit well. Maybe move the flesh out from the sit bones. Just kind of find your grounding. Take the shoulders up to the ears. And give them a good squeeze back and down again. Good. One more time. Take them up to your ears. Squeeze them back and then let them come down. And hopefully you feel that just that little groove as the bottom tips of the shoulder blades draw in, helping the chest to lift, helping the shoulders to draw back. And if you want to sit on the floor for a lot of what we're going to do for starting, or sorry, don't want to sit on the floor, you can sit up on a chair. It would work just as well. So then close the eyes and start to tap into the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Good, couple more here. And out. Good, last one. Good. So we're going to play with a little pranayama, and this is my version of it, so don't even look it up. No. But because it's summer, right, we always think of what we can do to cool down and that kind of stuff. And there's one breath that you curl your tongue, right, into, I always think of it like a little straw. Now, not everybody can do that. And so you would breathe in like you were drinking through a straw. And you have to curl the edges of your tongue in. And when you are ready, just see what happens if you curl your tongue. I can't talk and do it at the same time. And breathe it in, and you'll feel that kind of cool air. And just breathe out normally. Inhale, curl your tongue. Now, here's my little trick. If that is never going to happen in this lifetime because your tongue just doesn't do that, I want you to make like a straw shape with your hand over your mouth so that your mouth is, again, imagine drinking through a straw and exhale it out. But if you can, let's see if you can curl that tongue. And just exhale. And exhale. And imagine that cool air coming in. Imagine exhaling any stagnant or warm air out. Good. Let's do 5 more, just like that. And remember, you can use your hand to mimic a straw. Good. Last one. And release all that. Go ahead and grab your strap. Change out those legs if you've been sitting the same way that whole time. And just take your strap and double it. If you don't have a big loop in it, which you don't need, just take it and double it up if need be. Depends on how long your strap is. And take it up overhead and then reach it behind only to your level. If your arms and shoulders allow it to come all the way down, that's great. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Just take it where it will. And as you bring the arms back, see if you can feel the chest rise, the tips, bottom tips of the shoulder blades drawing in toward the front body. Good. And just stretch it out. So, big thing here. What are you doing with your head, right? Are you drawing that head forward? Are you tucking your chin? If this hurts, you only go as far as it does not. Good. Last full circle here. Good. And then take that strap up and bring it right behind either your head or your shoulders or up above if your shoulders don't allow. And don't pull necessarily on the strap, but try to make the arms long and feel the chest lift and the chest stretch. So often we are contracting the front body and loosening or stretching the back body. So here we're doing the opposite, contracting the back body, stretching through the front chest, and take it up and let it go. And then just release your strap and move it out of the way, circle out through those shoulders. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm over, big stretch. Imagine touching those fingertips to the corner, the ceiling where the ceiling and the wall meet, and take both arms up. Exhale, other side, just a nice big stretch here. And take it up. Let's go to cactus arms. Bring those arms together, touch elbows and hands, and then squeeze through the back body. Good. Squeeze in and open up. When I bring the hands in, I kind of like turn in like I'm reading a book, palms forward or toward my face, and then opening them up. Good. Just 2 more. Good. Last one, contracting the front and then contracting the back. Hold those cactus arms. Let's do a nice easy twist to one side. Take the hands down, one to your knee, one behind you. As you inhale, imagine your spine getting really long. And that soft, soft exhale. Good. Take both arms up. Cactus arms, everybody. Twist to the other side. Let the hands come down. Open up the shoulders. Easy breath here. We're doing slow warm up to start. Good. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, take it down. Good. And then let's straighten out those legs. Whoo, goodness gracious. And again, be really mindful. If you're sitting on the floor and you're struggling to sit upright here, put yourself up on 1 or 2 blankets or a couple blocks so that you can keep that chest nice and tall. Good. Flex the feet, spread the toes, watch the backs of the knees, take the arms up. Good. Soften the shoulders. And even if your feet are on the mat, I want you to just slide one foot up. Think about the back of your thigh, the hamstrings, right? And then push it back out. Now, if you are having trouble because your mat is so sticky, you can lay a blanket and just kind of slide the foot along that blanket. Good. Let's do 3 more. Squeeze it in and out. Only take it to where your knee will tolerate. Squeeze and out. Good. Last one. Squeeze and out. Release those arms. Roll your shoulders. So working that upper body a little bit, even though we're working with the lower. Take those arms up, hold on to that beach ball, flex both feet, slide the other one in. If you're able, you're digging that heel, creating some resistance. Squeeze it in, contracting the hamstring, and out. Good. This is 3. Push it out. And 4. Keep holding that beach ball. Good. Last one. Squeeze it in and press it out and release. Good. Nice circle of those ankles. Those ankles. Good. Flex the feet. Sit really tall. Either your hands are going to be on the floor or they're going to be up again. You're pulling them both in. Good. And pressing them both out on purpose. Good. Squeeze them in. Press them out. Good. 3 more. Squeeze. I'm slipping off my blanket. And 4. Squeeze those hammies, everybody. Woo, good. Last one. Squeeze them in. Hold for a second. And push them out and release. Well done. Shake that out. Let's go into just a simple Janu sirsasana. Because we're going to work hams a lot. We're going to work those hamstrings a lot. And I want to make sure they got a little bit of a stretch, and we'll stretch them when we're done. Block underneath the knee if that makes sense for you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, little swan dive. Take it down and then lengthen through the spine. Try to take that rounding out of your back. Find the breath. And sometimes you can just wiggle yourself a little further forward, or you can grab your strap, put that around your foot. But I always try 1, not to hunch my shoulders, and 2, not to overly round them, even though the arms are moving forward. So just give that some thought. Let's engage the quadricep here. Breathe. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Come on up. And then same leg, I want you to take it out to the side. And this again will be how far you go out to the side is going to be based a lot on your anatomy. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. So stretching, for some, it's the inner thigh. And then for some, it's going to be the medial hamstring at the back of the leg. Good. No pain here. Watch the knees. Deep breath in. Soften that breath out. Good. One more. And out. Good. Come on up. Slide that leg back. Release the other. Shake them both. And then let's come into Janu on the other side. Again, block under the knee if that makes sense for you. Other leg nice and straight. Flex the foot. It'll help engage this quadricep muscle, this thigh muscle. Inhale, take it up. Maybe you have your strap here, wrapping it around that foot. Finding the stretch on this side. Good. Maybe you wiggle in a little bit, kind of soften those shoulders. Notice if you are leading with your head, like if you're really pulling on the neck in an attempt to get lower. Maybe just draw that back a little bit. Good. Breathe. And come on up. Let's just slide that leg out to the side. Feel that. Make sure it's okay on those hips. Take the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. It's all tight. What the heck? Breathe. Good. One more nice deep breath here. And walk those hands up. Release the bent knees. Shake them both out, everybody. Good. And then feet come to the kind of the front edge of your mat. You don't need your blanket for now. Let me just get out of the way. You're going to dig those heels into your mat. You're bent, the knees are bent, the heels are digging in. And all I want you to do is pull the heels back isometrically and feel the back of the legs. Okay, so here's our hamstrings. There's three hamstrings. There's three parts of the hamstring muscle. They all attach to your sit bones. And as we pull back isometrically, we start to engage those. Good. And then push it away, but don't move anything, right? Just push the feet away and pull it in and push it away. Pull it in. Feel that. Woo. Push away. Good. This time, pull it in. Lean back a little. You know, I'm always going to get some kind of core work in there. Breathe. Dig one heel, lift the other. Maybe the arms come out, maybe they're on the floor. Dig that heel in though. So that one on the floor, dig and pull it back. Breathe. Lower that down. Dig in, pull that heel back isometrically, lift the other. That's it. Good. Lower both. Dig both in. Breathe. Lift one. Lift the other. Woo. Breathe. Lower one. Lower the other. Release fully. Shake that out. So when the legs are straight, you can contract the quads. When the knees are bent, it's when we can access those hamstrings. So a lot of what we're going to do here is with those bent knees. All right, come on down to your backs while we're here. Nice and easy. Whew. Feet are on the floor. Your feet are hips width apart. You know what's coming. I know you do. Good. Now, my friend out there who cannot be on her back, I want you to come back to what we just did, seated, pulling those heels back. Okay. Good. So, those of you on your back, squeeze the heels or the feet and try to pull them back to your hamstrings or to your sit bones. You're going to feel those hamstrings pretty darn quick. And then just release and pull them away. Good. Isometrically pull them back. Feel that. Release, pull it away. One more like that. Pull in, pull in. If anybody's not feeling this, let me know. And push away. And then pull in. Curl the tailbone. So a little bit of a tuck. Lift the hips just a couple of inches. Now, for my knee people, right, we're just going to walk those feet away a little bit, but feel those hamstrings work. One, you're here. Two, you're going to lift the hips a little bit more. See if we can stretch through the front of the legs while we're contracting the back. So as we pull those heels back isometrically toward the sit bones or toward the glutes, we're going to keep extra contraction there. And everybody slowly let go, release. Whew. If you need to or want to, you can just bring one or both knees to your chest, stretch that out a little bit. Good. Walk the feet a little further away so you don't have that deep bend in the knees. Same thing here. You're going to pull those heels back isometrically, lengthen through the tailbone, lift those hips. Good. Breathe here, everybody. A lot of contracting going on. Breathe. It's not about how high your bridge is at all. It is just lifting those hips, lengthening the tailbone so that the hamstrings and the glutes have some activity, and then try to pull those heels back. And everybody release, maybe one knee to your chest, and then the other knee to your chest. Good. We got one more. You're going to walk those feet out some more, but this time you are on your heels. And similar, right? If you don't want to lift the hips, that's okay. Pull the heels back and feel that all that happening, right? So tailbone lengthens, the hips lift. I've only got mine up a couple of inches, maybe. I'm dragging those heels back. My hamstrings are protesting. Trust me. Woo! Breathe, breathe, breathe. And lower. Whew, good. One knee to chest, the other knee to your chest. Take the right foot to the floor, extend the left leg up to the ceiling. Let's go ahead and point the toes, stretch through the front of that ankle. Release, switch sides, left foot on the floor, right leg extends up, point your toes. And release both knees to your chest. Roll the knees to one side. Come on up, everybody. And we're going to come to table pose. So let's grab our blanket. Let's grab our blankies down on our knees so that we take care of those, make sure those are protected. Have blocks where you can reach them. We're not going to use them at the moment. And come to a nice, easy table pose. Check the hands now. You got wrist stuff. Just drop down to your elbows. That's okay for this part. Take the right leg back. Level out the pelvis. Lift that foot. So when you're here, if you're on elbows, that's where you're going to stay. Otherwise, and even on elbows, you can extend out through the left arm. Breathe. Big length through that back. Little balancing table here. And then lower the left hand, bend the right knee, flex your foot, and pulse that knee up. Watch the pelvis here. Don't try to really throw it off center. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Good. Maybe stretch it back. Come on back up. Left leg presses back. Engage the belly. Lift that foot. Feel the glute work. Breathe. Let's take right arm out if you want. Make sure you're not collapsing through the left arm or left shoulder. Big deep breath. This is where we need that cooling breath, right? Lower the hand, bend the left knee, flex the foot, feel the hamstring. And give me 10 baby pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Sit back a little bit, just stretch it all out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Come on back up. Let's take the right foot forward. Grab your blocks for now. Make sure your back knee feels fine. Undo your back toes so that your foot is flat. And feel it just easy stretch, right? So everything starts with the building blocks. You can take your hands to your knee, stretch the front thigh, that back leg's front thigh, getting a nice little stretch. Take the left arm up, find your breath, squeeze your back glute, lift your chest. Exhale, both hands down. Now, lengthen that back knee a little bit and bend the knee. Why did I say lengthen first? So that you're not sitting right on your kneecap. Ideally, you're just above that kneecap. If your knee doesn't do this, don't worry about it. If you can bend it at all, do that. And then imagine squeezing a block between your thigh, your hamstring, and your foot. Breathe. Yep. Keep squeezing if you can. And release. Whew. Good. Switch sides, nice and easy. Left foot forward, right foot back. Try not to be right on that kneecap. Let the back foot go for now. So undo your back toes. Take your hands to your knee. Open up the shoulders. Let's take the right arm up. Just always feels so good to stretch, doesn't it? Release that. Same thing. Make sure you can just try to get off that top of the knee if possible. Flex the foot, squeeze that heel toward the glute, any amount at all. Good. Big deep breath. And release. Good. We're going to switch sides again. Here's where it gets to be interesting. You're going to take one block and just place it kind of in the middle so that your hands can be on one block. Here's your option. One, you're going to come back where we were, where you're just squeezing heel up. Or two, you're going to take that block between your heel and your sit bone. So it's going to go long, Celeste, if you can. And it's going to sit at the base of your sit bone and your heel as you bend that heel toward. Yep. Now, if that doesn't work, you're just going to see if you can squeeze that block behind the knee. And if that doesn't work, don't worry about it. Good. Breathe. Whew. Yep. It's you just corner it in, and as you bring your hip forward, I think it'll hold. Yep. So what are we doing? We are contracting that hamstring. Now, if you don't want your block, you can take it off. If you want to go higher, you can do that. Whew. Everybody say happy things. Don't say anything mean. Good. And release. Whew. Stretch it out. Switch sides. I already know a couple of you out there going, yuck, don't like this one at all. So your left foot is forward. Remember, you don't have to fuss with the block, but it is kind of interesting that you can nail that between, for most of us, between the heel and the sit bone. So there was an interesting thing. I think I've talked about this before, especially with hamstrings. You'll feel that hamstring cramp. And there was one teacher, can't remember who it was, and he said either release and let go of the cramp or just ride the cramp, let it go. And it will go away, which is amazing. But it's like, oh, and then the muscle finally lets go. Good. So squeeze the block or the heel. I know this can be very interesting. And then release that. Grab your block. Take that out. Whew. Shake that out. Set your blocks aside for the moment. Plant both of your hands. Walk both of your feet back and give me a nice solid plank. Remember, your knees can be on the floor. Find your breath, everybody. Hang on to that beach ball between the elbows, the imaginary one. And breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release both knees. And let's find child's pose or hero pose or anything else that feels good. Deep breath in. Deep, deep breath out. Good. Come on up. Little bit of stretch, little bit of strength. Half plank, everybody. Half plank. Now, half plank, I want you to bend the knees. I want you to cross your ankles. And then imagine drawing those heels toward the glutes a little bit more. Okay? Good. One, you're here, you're hanging out here. This is great for your upper body strength. Or two, you're going to see if you can do 5 little push-ups. Even if you bend part way and push up, it's okay. Do what you can do. 1, 2, 3, squeeze, 4, and 5. Press it straight back. Find your breath. Good. Take it up. Step your right foot forward, everybody. Grab your blocks again. This time, lift your back knee. Good. And you can even take them, you can take them high, you can take them medium, whatever feels really nice to you, so that your upper back is not collapsing. And then, good. So, Celestia, take them up 1, and then pull the shoulders back a little bit. Squeeze the back glute, everybody. But then I want you to imagine bringing your front heel and your back foot together. Like, oh yeah, what's happening? Pulling that front heel back is going to engage the hams. Pulling the back foot forward is going to work with the quad on the back, right? The front of the thigh, the back of the thigh. Good. If you can, release that. Take your hands to your knee. Let's find some balance. Squeeze your glutes. Arms come up. Good. See if you can bring the torso back just a little. Breathe. Slow, 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 slow. Release. Lower that knee to the floor. Release that back foot. Switch sides. So we're in a nice easy high or easy lunge. Going to take that knee off the floor. Press through the back foot. Remember, you can always keep that knee down. All right, so here we are. I'm going to try to pull the front heel back, and I'm going to try to pull the back foot forward. Isometric work. Imagine if you were squeezing a block between your legs. It's kind of almost that motion. And release the squeeze. Hands come to your knee, chest lifts, arms go up. See if you can bring the torso back just a little. That's it. Slowly lower down. Listen up. You're going to push forward and come to standing. Ooh, nice, easy forward fold. Bend both of your knees and come on up. Ooh, good. Shake that out. I can remember once, I don't think I've ever told this story, but I remember once a yoga teacher saying, your students should never hear you breathing. And I'm here like, so yet again, I know I said that's the silliest thing. Like you're supposed to be in such a way that this is just all ease. It's not, people. It's not all easy, but it's real. Grab your block, take it between your thighs. Goodness gracious. Squeeze, 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 squeeze your block. Draw the shoulders. So if you all are hearing me breathe, it's real. Okay. Press into your big toes. Squeeze that block. Breathe. Inhale, reach up. Lessen the squeeze a little. Let's come on down to a seat. So what's chair pose got to do with it, right? Hamstrings, they're bent. So they're working. Lengthen through that tailbone. Draw the shoulders back. Now, a little squeeze the block, like 20%, not a whole bunch, right? Because we don't want to over tighten the sacrum. But then imagine you have a strap around the thighs and you're trying to pull that out. So squeeze in, squeeze out. As we squat, we're working those hamstrings. Inhale the arms up and breathe. Imagine that you're pulling out against the strap and in toward the block all at the same time. And stand all the way up and release. So yoga teachers talk about how that is this kind of co-contraction where you're engaging out and in at the same time. It's really pretty interesting. So let's do that again. Just a mountain pose this time. Feet are parallel. You feel all four corners of those feet ideally. Squeeze your block. Now, I want you to try to pull the feet apart at the same time you're squeezing your block. And feel all the muscles firing, like everything is working. I feel my quads, feel my hammies, glutes are working. Try to pull the feet apart. Breathe and release. Now take that same block down to your shins. You're going to take it to the second width. Yep, so that you aren't worried about the legs collapsing in. Now I want you to squeeze your block and try to broaden the inner thighs just from the slight, kind of an isometric internal rotation. Yep, feel the work, everybody. And if you don't feel the work, don't worry. Don't worry. And release. Good job. Take that block out. Shake it out. Got both of your blocks. Once you take both blocks on the high level to the front of your yoga mat. Good. Come on down. Hands to your block. Walk the feet back a little bit so that your outer ankle and your outer hip just line up in a nice little straight line. And then lengthen that spine and breathe. Good. If you can, please be mindful. Come up on the ball mounds of your feet and then bend the knees. And imagine that you could bring your sit bones to your heels, right? So it's really, really subtle. Squeeze your block, imaginary block. Find your breath. If this hurts your feet, come on down. And then slowly drop your heels, but keep the form. So you're probably pretty low. Imagine squeezing the block and pulling your feet out at the same time. Take your hands to your knees. Really lengthen your low spine. And then lift your chest. And then take the arms out. Oh, yeah. Good. Everything's firing. Stand all the way up. Woo. Shake it off. Right. So it doesn't mean we have to do a lot of stuff to get the muscles all working together. It's just kind of interesting. It's like what would happen if, right? If. Good. Take your hands to your blocks. Walk the feet back a little bit. I want you to softly bend both knees, but lengthen your spine, right? So when I bend my knees, my low back will arch a little bit more. I want to take that extra arch out of there. Slide the right leg back. Lift the right leg as you straighten the left. So variation here, warrior 3. Good. If you're comfortable, I want you to release your left hand and reach it back behind you. Find your breath. Put the hand back, listen up, bend your standing leg, tap your back toe, and then straighten it again, both legs. Watch your knee, bend your front knee, tap your back toe, and lift again. We only have one more. Bend the back, you got it. Bend the front, tap the back, you got it, and straighten. And then release both. Whew. Bend both knees. If you can, come on to the ball mounds, right? So stay solid on the ball mounds of those feet, so that you're not crunching up on the toes. Find your breath. Squeeze the imaginary block. Breathe. Lower the heels. Stand all the way up. All the way, all the way, all the way. Exhale, hands down. Kick it out. Feel those legs. All right, second side, take it up. Exhale it down. Bend the knees. Stay on the ball mounds. Imagine squeezing the block at the same time that those sit bones widen. Breathe. If you can, lift the heels a little more. And then lower the heels. Squeeze the belly in. Hands come to your knees. As the tailbone lengthens, the chest lifts. We got chair again. Smile. Breathe. Exhale slowly. Take those hands to your blocks. Leave the knees a little bent. Slide the left leg back and lift. As you lift the left leg, the right knee will straighten a little more. Find your breath. Release the right hand if you want. A little more balance work here. Release the hand. As you bend, you're keeping the weight back in that standing leg's heel. Bend the knee, tap the back toe. In other words, you're not shooting that knee too far forward. And then lift and straighten. Bend and tap. Lift and straighten. Bend and tap. We got one left. And lift. And then release fully, foot to foot. Bend both of your knees. Inhale all the way up. Exhale your hands to your heart. Good. Just a nice, easy mountain pose. Release the hands. Good. Give everything a good shake. All right, so we have one more similar to what we were just doing. You're going to come back to your blocks. Hands come down to your blocks. Walk the feet back so that your hips and your legs, hips and ankles are lining up. Tone in through the belly. Kind of press the chest away from the blocks, just so we're not collapsing. Take the right leg up if you can. Find your breath. Now, one, you're here. Two, you're going to bend that back leg. So it's lifted and the knee is bent. The foot is flexed. Try to touch that foot to the ceiling without skewing the hips too much. And breathe. Good. Take that same knee forward toward your chest. And then bring it back and lift. Only three. Bring it forward slowly. And lift. Last one. Squeeze it in. Press it up. Extend the leg. Release that leg. You know what gets the most work? Come on up, everybody. So get that blood flow back. It's the standing leg that's getting the work. No kidding. Ooh, good. How you doing over there, honey? All right, same thing other side, and then we're done with this part. Come on down. Soft knees. Step the left foot back and lift. One, you're here. Two, you're going to bend the knee and give it a nice lift up without skewing the hip. And then knee to elbow, knee to chest for three. One, two, and three. Release that leg, everybody. Shake it out. Bend the knees. Come on up to standing. Whew, just grab one block. Take it long ways, if it's okay, and give it a good squeeze. Shake all of that out. Good. Release your block. Not going to need it for now. A little bit of balance work here. So wall, something to lean on is perfectly wonderful. Stand in mountain pose. Squeeze, imaginary block between the thighs. Hands can come to your hips. I just want you to lift one knee. And just see how that feels. Hips are nice and level. Your hands can go up, they can go out. They can stay at your hips or your heart. Good. Now imagine you've got a block between the shin and the back of your leg and isometrically squeeze. Yep, you got it. And then slide the knee back, keep the squeeze. And bring it forward. Keep the squeeze, pull it back. Pull it forward. One more. Slide it back. Slide it forward. And release it. Anytime we're moving body parts while balancing on one leg is going to challenge you a whole lot more. Is it warm in here? It's like that. All right. Other side, mountain pose to start always. Get that good grounding. Best you can. You're going to stand on one, lift the other, and breathe. Now imagine isometrically you're pulling that heel back to the hip. And let's see if we can slide it back and forward for 3. Here's 1, 2, and 3. And release. Anybody else have a little death grip on that? My toes were like, all right, so last one here, standing again. Take that back leg back. We kind of played with this. I don't know if it was last week. So bend the back. If you can, I want you to grab your foot. Bring the bent knee back toward the other knee. Roll both shoulders back. Press the hips forward. There you go, Celeste. Breathe. Good. Take the opposite arm up. So this is a variation of dancer. Flex the bent knee's foot. Already you're going to feel more stretch. Let go of the foot. Keep the bend. Take both arms up. Squeeze that leg back. Squeeze, squeeze. There you go. Release. Shake, shake, shake. Same thing other side, then we're done with the balance part. So we start in this variation of dancer, taking the other arm up. So with the hand on the foot or the ankle, or strap even, your hammies, it's working, but it's not working hard. Flex the foot. Let go of the foot. Try to keep it where it is. Press the hips forward. And release. Oh, wowie, wowie, wowie. Shake that out. Let's go wide. Nice forward fold, everybody. Nice hinge from the hips. Fingers, fingertips, hands, or to your blocks. Fall down on the floor. Press the feet apart isometrically. Find your breath. Spread out through your toes. And breathe. Good. And release. You're going to make your way to the floor. So in your best yogi way, maybe you bring the feet together. If you can, you're just going to squat down. If you can't, you are not going to worry about it. Just come on down. Maybe you put the blanket underneath where your hips are normally if you're laying on your side. Okay. So I'm just going to go a little long with mine. You're going to need a block. And then come on down to one side. Your other block, by the way, can go under your head. I don't know that we'll stay on elbow. We'll probably come all the way down. But I want you to take, block is optional. You know who you are. I want you to take that block behind your top knee and give it a squeeze. You can either be up on your elbow or you can lay down and let the block cushion your head. Okay, cushion being relative. All right, so I'm squeezing this darn block if you can. If you can't, don't worry. You got the same idea by just drawing that knee back. Flex your foot. Bring your top knee to your top shoulder. Squeeze that block and slide it back behind you. We did this standing in a sense. Bring it up to your shoulder. Slide it back. Good. One more. Squeeze it up to your shoulder. Squeeze it back. And then listen up. You're going to bring it up toward the shoulder. Take it up toward the ceiling. Start to bring it down as if you're going to stamp your foot. In other words, you're doing big, slow knee circles. Up to the shoulder, up to the ceiling, heading down to the floor, and then it turns. Good. Can you squeeze that block? Got one more, one big circle. And breathe. Good. And then shoulder, ceiling. As you're bringing it down, stamp your foot. See if you can keep that block squeezing. If you drop it a million times, don't worry about it. And then squeeze the block. Bring it all the way back. Hold on to your block and release fully. Good. Take that same block, take it to the top. It's actually the side of your thigh. So top leg, side of your thigh. And you're just going to press that block down and then lift your knee off the floor. Lift your knee and foot off the other leg. So I'm giving myself resistance. If you cannot feel that, right? I'm pushing down on the block while that leg is elevated. And then simply bring your heel to your glute and then extend it out in front of you. Just 5. Squeeze it into your glute. Extend out. 3 and 4. Good. Slow work here. And 5. And then fully release. And when you're ready, we're going to shift sides or switch sides. So something for your head so that your spine is neutral. The block goes behind your top knee if you're using it. Squeeze it in. Good. Bottom knee is at 90 just to support you. And then that top knee comes to your chest or to your shoulder and then squeezes back. Squeeze it in and back. Hamstring work. 3. 2 more. Squeeze. Squeeze it back. See if you can hang on. And 4. That might have been 5. Let's just do one more for fun. And back. And then give me slow, very purposeful circles. Keep that squeeze the whole time if you can. If you feel a clicking, by the way, try changing directions. I forgot to say that on the other side. Usually the clicking is a tendon going over a bone, but you don't want to keep that up. Good. Couple more big circles. Squeeze that block. Good. Next time it's shoulder, knee to ceiling, and then stamp that foot on the floor, but see if you can hang on to the block. Good. Release. Grab your block. Take the knee on top of knee, and then that block goes to that side of the upper thigh. I'm pushing it down, and then I'm going to lift that leg. Good. Breathe. Keep that form, and then simply you're straightening the leg and bending it. Straighten. Bend, give it a good squeeze, straighten, and bend. A couple more. I think I only did 3 on the other side, but what the heck. And bend and release fully. Good job, everybody. Just hang out here, pause for a second. Take that same block between your knees and see if you can straighten the legs between your knees or your thigh. Now you can still have a block under your head. You can use your arm under your head. Excuse me, flex both feet. See if you can lift those legs off the floor any amount. And then bend both knees and straighten. They're hovering a couple inches off and straighten, squeeze your block, bend, squeeze the hamstring, straighten, 2 more. Yep, if you're wobbling like me, you're doing it. And squeeze, last one, straighten, hold, flex your feet. And then lower, bend your knees, everybody, release your block. All right, come on to your back. If your blanket is there, it's just fine. You can leave it there if you want. Blocks are off to your side. And just pause. Just let your breath catch up. Let your legs catch up. Grab one block. We're almost done with this. Take it behind your knee. Give it a good squeeze. So I have it behind my left knee. It doesn't really matter. Just whichever leg is bent. I've got my left leg bent. Straighten the right leg. Take both hands behind your head. As if you were lounging on a chair. This is how we always lounge, right? Flex your bent knee. Well, flex both of your feet. See if you can lift your straight leg a couple of inches. So now we're working with the hamstrings, but we're also working with our core. Big deep breath. Good. If you can release those hands, take the arms straight up. You got it. Lift your right leg or whichever leg is straight. Tap your fingers. Lower your hands down and your leg. Bring them both up. Tap your fingers. Lower. Keep squeezing the hamstring. Last one. Squeeze. And lower. Bend that leg. Release your block. Core work. Easy peasy. Take that block behind your other leg. And again, you don't have to use a block for any of this, right? I know some of you struggle with the knees and it's just trying to get those hamstrings to engage. So take your hands behind your head, everything neutral. The opposite leg, for me, it's my left leg straightens. Flex both feet. If all you did here was squeeze your block, you're working with those hamstrings. See if you can lift the left leg a little bit. Now core is giving you a good morning. If you can, release the arms, take them up toward the ceiling. Slowly tap your left foot to your left fingers or whichever one is straight, and then everything goes down. Good, take it up and down. Squeeze it up and down, and then release. Bring the knees in, release your block, your feet go back to the floor. Again, finding your breath. If your blanket is still under you, please be mindful where it is. We're going to work on bridge pose a little bit. It is just such a amazing pose for our hamstrings. So I just scooted down so that the blanket is under my shoulders, the upper part of my shoulders, and not either behind my neck or below that. So it's not throwing my balance off. Your feet are on the mat, everybody. When you're ready, hands are down press the hips up, come into bridge pose. Does not have to be a high bridge. Imagine pulling those heels back. We did that at the beginning. So 1, you're here. 2, the feet walk out if it hurts your knees. 3, you're going to lift your heels off the floor and lower. Lift your heels, lower, 3, lower, 4, last one, 5, whole bridge if you can, lift your front of your feet off your mat, so only your heels are digging, and breathe, and lower. Ooh. Good, pause here for a second. Choice 1, you're done. Choice 2, you're gonna do what we just did. Choice 3, you're gonna take your left heel to your right knee, above your right knee, not your foot, but your heel. Hands are down or in robot arms. Push into your right foot, lift your hips. Hold here and then pull that right heel back isometrically. Breathe. And lower. Release, left foot down, right heel goes to the left leg. Squeeze the hamstring and lift the hips. Deep breath. And lower, everybody. Bring both knees to your chest. Find your breath. Put the right foot on the floor. Stretch the left leg up to the ceiling. Your hands can go behind your left thigh, or you can use your strap here. Straighten the right leg if that makes sense for you. Take a nice, easy, deep breath. Good, maybe a point and flex on that ankle. And then draw your knee to your chest. Put that foot on the floor. Let's take the right leg up. Hands behind your thigh. Straightening the left leg if that makes sense for your body. And then point and flex. Few more. Point, flex. They get tight. Good, breathe. Bring that knee to chest. And straighten both legs along the floor. We are almost done, everybody. I want you to imagine you have a block between the thighs. So the toes point to the ceiling. The hips just became active. Breathe. Hands come down to the floor. And I just want you to squeeze everything. So the arms and fists, the glutes and hips, the legs get really active. And then fully release all that. So let's do that again. Imagine you're squeezing a block between the legs. Breathe, maybe flex the feet, maybe press the shoulders into the floor. And release. Good. And then if you would like, just grab a block, place it under your sacrum. Take the legs up to the ceiling. Little tiny inversion here just to calm everything back down. Make sure that block is under your sacrum. Excuse me. And that you're not feeling too much pressure in either your shoulders or your head. Your neck should be comfortable. How do we find balance in our bodies, in our minds, in our hearts? Soften down. If you are really happy here, feel free to stay for another couple of minutes. Just a lovely and easy inversion. Or if you're ready, go ahead and bend the knees, placing one foot and then the other foot down on the floor. Lift the hips, take the blocks out. If you want, use those blocks behind the thighs or at the hamstrings. Just soften the pelvis and let everything relax, finding shavasana once and for all. Feeling the breath. Soften your body down, close the eyes. See if you can soften down even more. For those of you who may be ready, go ahead and bend the knees. Your blocks are there. You can move those blocks out of the way. Draw your knees to your chest. And just rock a little side to side. Allow your knees to roll over to one side. Roll over in fetal pose. And as you're ready, press up slowly. And find your seat. Good. Inhale, let the arms come up. Exhale them to your heart. And bow to the balance that we are always seeking. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks, everybody.